Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be watching a storm system up in the parts of New England states that could bring major impacts across parts of Maine, Vermont, New York, and also New Hampshire. We also got another storm system watch here. Actually be two different storm systems. We have an Alberta Clipper here moving into parts of the Midwest, the Ohio Valley. That won't bring major impacts necessarily, but there is another storm system that's been moving across parts of the South. These two here may come together somewhere in the Mid-Atlantic region. It could become another pretty good storm here for the Northeast as well. So we're going to get started with the GFS model, and as we kind of check out what's going on right now, it's actually pretty nice weather out there for today. We got a nice southwest flow really from the Southern Plains up into the Great Lakes region. It certainly feels pretty nice out there for this busy Wednesday here, at least for Thanksgiving travel, it will be. Some snow showers across parts of the northern Rockies up there, but really everywhere else it's staying mostly dry until you get later tonight. Some showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms may develop from Texas up into parts of Illinois and Michigan. Now we'll continue to move on to the east. And this is kind of the first one we'll be talking about here. That storm system that was developed by the Great Lakes region may actually bring in some pretty good impacts for parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So if anybody's going to be coming back home from New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine Friday or Saturday, maybe not the best day to do it because check this out here. So this is Friday evening. We got a 990 millibar low in southeastern part of Maine. But the back side of this here, we got heavy snow, possibly in the higher elevations, the lower elevations, light to maybe moderate snow as wow, as well. You can see here, it kind of sticks around the main region here. At this point here, Saturday morning, some of that snow still lingers out there, but eventually it should start to move out by Saturday into early Sunday morning. Let's actually kind of go a little bit more detail with that. I did not set up tabs here for that system. So we'll kind of move on over here. We'll check out the original name here. So you can see there with that storm system up into parts of the Great Lakes region. A line of showers and thunderstorms really from parts of Illinois back down to Texas. They'll move to the east. Some snow showers on the back side of that system here uh, across parts of Michigan. We got some snow showers across parts of Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, even into parts of Tennessee as well. Those will be mainly in the higher elevations, not expecting snow in the lower elevations down in Tennessee. But sorry, check this out here. This is now getting into 21Z on Friday, so this is Friday evening. Lots of snow up there. New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and also Maine. Can sort of see at times heavy snow up there as well. If we check out the high-res dam, it shows something pretty similar as well. That band of some moderate to heavy snow across parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, maybe even into parts of Massachusetts as well. But probably more on the light to moderate side for Maine, not Maine, Massachusetts down there as well. We kind of go to a different website here. Something I like to use for snowfall totals is called a Cachera ratio. And what it does here, it's really a ratio with the moisture and the temperature, at least in the upper levels. Colder the temperatures, higher the moisture supply, the more snow that could fall from the sky. That's basically what it is. You don't necessarily want to use the 10-to-1 ratio because it's just one ratio, but the Cachera ratio automatically does that ratio for you. And you can see here, now it may be a little bit overkill for the higher elevations here, but still, in those higher elevations, a lot of snow could certainly fall in those higher elevations. In the lower elevations, still could be a decent amount of snow here, especially across parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, even for parts of Maine as well. Anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of snow. Some places could be close to 6 inches of snow. If we check out the NAM, which goes a little bit further out for us, you can see here all the way to Saturday night. Then again, quite a bit of snow across parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, in Maine, and most of the stuff here being the higher elevations. But when you get into parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, Then it kind of gets a little bit more focused in those lower elevations, especially when you get up to Maine, which you can see here by 9 a.m., which then again, this may be a little bit of overkill. You can see snowfall totals could be anywhere from maybe as low as 3 inches to maybe as high as 8 inches of snow. And it's got some other places closer to a foot of snow as well. So certainly a lot of snow could fall across parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine from that storm system. And then again, if anybody's going to be traveling Friday or Saturday, um, please be careful with all that snow that could certainly fall here. Then again, it's a little bit more focused on those higher elevations, but we could also still see some snow in those lower elevations as well. So certainly something to watch here over the next couple of days here. The storm system will be starting. Let's see here. It could be as early as Friday. So that Black Friday. Really, the brunt of the storm will probably be throughout the night on Friday night into Saturday morning. Looks like at least it'll be happening in the overnight hours and not during the day. But still, on Saturday, traveling could be a little bit on the treacherous side for some of those regions as well. So we got that storm system out of the way. Let's talk about the next one, which is kind of the main part of this video here. This may also have the potential to become a big storm system as well. So already at this point here, we got cold air in place across the northeast, so you already got that. But let's go further to the west, though. You'll notice two things. Number one, you got a clipper system moving across parts of the Midwest. You got that rain and snow shield from Minnesota down to parts of Indiana and Ohio. There's another piece of energy down by Texas. What you'll start to notice here is that this clipper system will move to the east here, closer to the mid-Atlantic, and this piece of energy down here will also move to the east as well at around the same time. Watch what kind of happens here. So this piece of energy moves very quickly here. Then at this point here, a new piece of energy kind of forms just to the northeast of that. It'll be easier to look into the 500 millibar vorticity, which will show that in a moment. But look what happens here. At this point, two pieces of energy kind of forms into one big storm system. And then this is in the early morning hours on Monday. You can see here we got widespread light snow across parts of Pennsylvania, New York, even into parts of Connecticut and Massachusetts as well. Got some snow in the higher elevations of West Virginia. And then as you kind of get into Monday, and then again, this is just one model, one solution here. This could change, but if the GFS is correct, you got strong low into parts of Maine and also New Hampshire. On the backside of low, you got heavy snow as well on the backside of low. Eventually, it moves out by Tuesday, and that's a little bit far out. But let's check out some of the other models here. So this is the Canadian model, shows that same big storm system from the northeast by Friday and Saturday. And you kind of see what happens here. That piece of energy that's down here doesn't really quite make it to the Alberta Clipper system. The Alberta Clipper system is a little bit faster there. And what happens? Well, you don't really see a big storm system. It might just be merely a light snowfall event just from the Alberta Clipper system by itself. So not every model agrees. But let's move on to the European model, see what it suggests. And I will say it's similar to the GFS model. You can see here, you can actually see this pretty well. Looking into this picture here, so you got the Alberta Clipper system located in northwestern Pennsylvania and southwestern New York. And this is then again by Monday morning. You got another low off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. And what you're going to see here is you kind of get to Monday morning, they'll start to join forces here. And you can see here, your surface low is now a couple hundred miles offshore from North Carolina, but that's going to move to the north here. And it rapidly deepens. And if that's correct, there could be a pretty good snowfall event for parts of New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine as well. And so for a few days out, this could change as well. So it's certainly something to watch. Now let's kind of check out the 500 mil bar. Now this is your vorticity here. And brighter the colors or darker the colors, the more energy there is out there. So there goes your big solar system for the Northeast later this week. And here we go here. What's very interesting here, what the GFS has here, you got three different pieces of energy. You got one in southwestern Texas, you got one over Iowa, and here's another one moving into northern Minnesota. Now, here you go here at this point here. Your piece of energy is kind of spread out here, and this is kind of along a frontal boundary here, but that piece of energy will start to move closer here to this Alberta Clipper system that's now located over the Mid-Atlantic, and not too far behind, there's another piece of energy up in Michigan. And pretty much what happens here, these three here pretty much come together, and then you got a big storm here. You can see here it really intensifies there, and then you got a big storm system. Now, the GFS does have a little bit of progression bias here, so I'm not really taking this solution here very seriously here. We'll check out the Canadian model here, and it doesn't really show three pieces of energy here. What it actually shows here, well, it does show three pieces of energy, but it does have the Alberta Clipper system joining forces a little bit early on, more focused up in the Midwest and the Great Lakes region. But you still got that other piece of energy down in Texas. That's what's missing here. If the Canadian model's correct, the Alberta Clipper system may be too fast for this piece of energy that's now in Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi. And this is also a possibility as well. And if that's, then again, if the Canadian model is correct, you don't necessarily see a big storm system there. Now let's check out the European model. So there again, there's your big storm system from the northeast. And you can see here, it actually has that little piece of energy further to the south here, coming off the Rockies of Colorado, which is interesting. But you also do have that other piece of energy up into well, just to the north of North Dakota, north of the border there. That'll be moving southeast here. And what's interesting from the European model actually has that several piece of energy stronger. Now you got two strong pieces of energy out here. And what happens here, if the time is just right, then you start to get a big storm system for the northeast. So timing has to be pretty precise here for this here to happen. There's always that possibility that that piece of energy to the north here may be too fast. You may not get a strong system. Or if the timing's just right, if these here do join forces nearby the Mid-Atlantic region, we can see a pretty good storm system for the northeast. And again, that's two different solutions there, which will have big outcomes as well. Let's check out the GFS Ensembles here, and this is a mean of 20 members. And it does have that good agreement for the northeast there with that piece of energy there. But watch this. Now, it's not going to look similar to the other models. It's not as well detailed. This is just a mean of 20 members here, and this is a pretty decent point here. Look at this. This is around the same time that these other models here, the GFS Canadian and the European model, will show a big storm system. Well, if you check out the GFS Ensembles, there's not much of anything there. This is actually what we called a spread here with the models here. At least with the GFS Ensembles here. So not every single member agrees with this here. If we check that in a little bit more detail here, but from each individual run here, here's that big storm system for Friday or Saturday. But as we kind of get around the same time here for Monday morning, not every model shows a big storm system. Yeah, some of them do, but not every single one shows that. That kind of tells you there that there is still some uncertainty with this system here. Then again, some all show a big storm system. Other ones, not so much. Kind of shows mainly a light snowfall event, which you'll get minor accumulations, but if you get a big snowstorm, like so many other models are suggesting, yeah, you could see quite a bit of snow with that as well. So then again, quite a bit of uncertainty here. But the trough will still be there, though. This is at 500 millibar GL potential height anomalies. So there goes that big storm system later this week. Here comes this next one here, coming from the northwest here. That'll also deepen as well. At the same time, though, we got a big ridge across the western and the central United States as well. That'll bring well above normal temperatures for them folks out there. They'll be associated with a positive PNA, and eventually that'll start to move out as well. And as we kind of get closer to the 10-day period, pretty much everywhere else here is kind of under a ridge at this point here. So above normal temperatures, we're slightly above normal temperatures is possible here for almost about everybody. But there has been a little bit of a shift here for early December here from the models. This is the GFS Ensembles. Really, the ridge here kind of splits into two here, and then a trough develops kind of in between there, coming from the northwest. And this will likely change here, but this is around the 10-day period. Shows a trough in the east, ridge across the west. But then again, that's quite a shift there from the last update on this. But then again, that kind of tells you here, even with a good agreement far out, models could still change, like what happened here. And this will likely change again here since we're still 10 plus days out. So, but it's something to watch for now. If we check out the European ensembles, then again, there's that first big storm system. Here comes the next one. And it also shows something pretty similar to the GFS ensembles as well. A trough across the southwest, or I meant ridging across the southwest, troughing across the east. But you also notice here it's not really that strong. That means there is some uncertainty here at the 10-day period here with the European ensembles, which is a mean of 51 members, which is a lot of members here, and some of them do show something like this. But again, it's something to watch for now. Kind of backtracking here, this is kind of my general thinking here. Now, don't take this map here too seriously since it can change. Plus, we're 5 days out, so there's a slim chance that this here could come out correct since we're 5 days out. But it's kind of my thinking here. So what my thoughts here is that we get the Alberta Clipper system come from the Midwest, and it's a little far south on this map here. I may move that a smidge to the north here, maybe more focused in the Ohio Valley region. But then again, that other storm, or that piece of energy down across parts of the southeast also moves up as well. And it kind of join forces here when you get into the mid-Atlantic region as well. And then again, timing has to be pretty precise here. If the Alberta Clipper system is either, faster or slower, you can't really see a big storm system out of this here. If the timing's just right, like this map suggests, we could see a pretty good storm system and maybe a pretty good snowfall event for parts of the Northeast. Then again, this is just, an output out there or an outlook that could likely change here. And the chances of this here staying the same here is pretty slim, like I said earlier. But then again, it's something to watch for now, but I figure it'd be pretty interesting to mention here. Then again, it's something to watch for now. But anyways, guys, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit bell notifications so you never miss an upload. You guys have questions about this, put the comment section down below. I answer you guys questions. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.